is Paul Levitt welcoming you to the 7th annual Buddy Bowl, the 1983 Buddy Bowl, the 2nd annual held at Mariners Point. The Buddy Bowl this year promises to be another extravaganza, yet there are 3 main players missing from this year's Buddy Bowl action. Ron Miller out with an injured foot after foolishly playing basketball the day before, along with Jim Walsh and Irvin Cobbs, both Buddy Bowl veterans. But besides those 3 players out, the Buddy Bowl looks to be one of the best ever fields of people and athletes, like B.J. Clark there just scoring on a touchdown. The night before, the draft was held, the yearly draft, this year at the San Diego Federal Savings and Loan Midway branch. We're going to show you highlights from that draft in just a moment. Now we have the draft party held the evening before the 1983 Buddy Bowl, highlighted by the Buddy Bowl encyclopedia that Lee Hoff is reading. As people wander in, the captains are watching, along with the players, the Buddy Bowl videos of the previous 6 years. Paul Tart watching, along with Craig Beaver there, Andy DeMeyer, and Bud Mapes. After watching these videos, the captains will be lined up on the table in their orders to select their first picks for the game's action tomorrow. Jim Bradley and Dave Henderson looking over the encyclopedia. And a lot of the captains looking over the encyclopedia also to see who they're going to pick first. In the middle there is Ron Miller with his injured foot, right there. Out this year, Ron promises to be back in action in 1984. And now we'll have the first round picks by the captains.
Miller, give me a pen. Hey, make sure we... Dan, would you move your... Ron Miller. Oh, Brad.
Clark's coming up for his first pick.
Thanks.
Where's Roselle? Is Jay Harvey.
Jay Harvey! Jay Harvey! Harvey's gonna be here. That's your comment. Oh, man. Hey, Clark, where's my pen? Hey, good stuff. I think it smells nice.
I think that's a good charge.
I think we can show him some of the highlights. When it gets to the 8th or 9th, my first round pick is Lee Hoff. Uh-oh! Lee Hoff!
Another mistake, huh? Another mistake. Too old.
There's a smiling face.
Free your Nerf ball, please. I'm taking over his spot, so it's all right.
My first pick's Roy Carl.
Then you should be Roy Carl, 4th rounder.
226.
Roy?
I remember that.
Oh, where's the black pen? Where's the big black pen? I don't know if that's fair.
No.
Philly, who'd you pick? Right. I was going to make it my first rounder this year. Wait a minute. I was going to make it my first rounder. Where's my I got hurt.
Bud Mapes.
Bud Mapes! Oh! Look at that smile. He tries to suppress that smile. Pull it back, Bud. Hold it back. Was Mapes a first rounder? My first round pick is... My first pick is Tony Ballesteri. A no-show. Where is he? Where is he? He wasn't coming. He's playing tomorrow.
Where's Bud Mapes?
Yeah, can you play?
On the way to the field for the 1983 Buddy Bowl at 7:30 in the morning. There's no one on the field now, but in a few hours the game will be filled with players from the 6 teams. Players are now warming up for the action. Al Hummel there, along with Augie Philando, both long Buddy Bowl veterans. David Ryan, for the 2nd year in Buddy Bowl history, has constructed the goalposts along with the Buddy Bowl end zone. Mike Peckham there, surveying the end zone artwork. And David Ryan is there, ready to build the goalposts. Ron Miller, with injured foot and all, is out to survey the action. Billy Bennett's team getting ready for the first game. Ryan Clark's team is also getting ready. This will be the first matchup of the '83 Buddy Bowl. Air Bennett versus Clark's Coming Uppers. First game is Clark's Coming Uppers versus Air Bennett. Then we'll have DeMeyer's Mashers versus Bradley's Bruisers, and then Hank's Hangovers versus Bennett's Benny's Buddies. Steve Machinsky there, a 7-year Buddy Bowl veteran along with Ron Miller. The goalposts are almost ready, and you're almost ready for '83 Buddy Bowl action.
Come on. I'm just filming. Go ahead. I know. I called him up last night at work. Oh. Hey. Hi, Mom. Fontaine.
Reggie Washington, University of Harlem. Right on.
Let's go, guys. Oh, look more. Hey, guys, keep that football in the water, okay? I'm off. Brand new. No, you guys, they won't print it.
Do the same thing, just run up to the line and then stop.
Run up to the line, oh, come on, you guys. Hurry up. It's like a real football. Come on. Yeah, it's like that. Be cool. Be cool. Too many TV games. There we go. Be cool, you guys. Too many TV games. You don't want to do that.
After those Buddy Bowl introductions, we're going to have the first game, the '83 Buddy Bowl. Air Bennett versus Clark's Coming Uppers. The kickoff is taken by Mike Peckham for a short gain. Tackle there by Jay Harvey. After a change of possession, we have Fontaine throwing an incomplete pass. But the next pass will be complete to Steve Tisdale for a good gain. Fontaine then finds Philando, who makes a good move and gets to the end zone to make the score 6-0, the first touchdown in the 1983 Buddy Bowl. But Billy Bennett's out throwing too, and after that touchdown, throws a long one. But Roy Carls can't hold on. Billy Bennett rolling out to his right, throws another pass, and this one will be caught by Al Hummel. Good catch there for a good gain. Billy Bennett rolling again to his right, will look for Peckham for a touchdown catch to even the score. Getting past Augie Philando. Peckham is open, gets past Jay Harvey for the touchdown to make the score 6-6. B.J. Clark now takes his kickoff and one of the longest kickoff returns in Buddy Bowl history. Down the sideline, where a last gasp effort gets his flag. Number 1, Mark Signius makes a dive for it and gets the flag. But one play later, Fontaine rolls around his left end, finds good blocking, gets past Roy Carls for the score. The score is now 12-6. But Billy Bennett's looking long. He's out throwing, and Hummel will be open in the end zone, getting position on defender Danny Fontaine. What a stop-action shot for a score to even it at 12-12. Fine game by receiver Al Hummel. Air Bennett still throwing it now in the second half. Good run here by Billy Bennett. Billy Bennett still throwing it. Sees Hummel, but this time Hummel couldn't hold on and he drops it. Another drop, 2 drops here by Scott Hoff. Hard luck, Billy Bennett. With the score still even, Clark sees Jay Harvey open for good gains. What a dive by Mike Peckham to get the flag. Clark will then roll to his right to see Augie Philando get closer to the goal line for the go-ahead score. Then Clark takes around the left end past Steve Machinsky to make the score 18-12. And that's the way the game ended as Clark's coming uppers eke out an opening game victory in this 1983 Buddy Bowl. The next game matches DeMeyer's team against Jim Bradley's Bruisers. DeMeyer's team starts out hot with good passes to Bud Mapes here, number 63. DeMeyer, behind weak protection, somehow scrambles away from the rush. And we'll see Bud Mapes again for a good gain. Then DeMeyer fakes out the cameraman there with an option to his right, and Steve Gustafson picks off the ball in the end zone for their only score. After that, it's all downhill for DeMeyer's team. Jim Bradley, behind awesome protection, sees Joe Gunberg for a good gain. Bradley then sees Paul Tart in the corner of the end zone for the score. Great catch by Paul Tart, who would be the MVP of the 1983 Buddy Bowl. Bradley's team doesn't stop there. After getting the ball again, Bradley throws a good short pass to his swingman, Lee Hoff, for a good gain. Bradley then will find Dave Henderson open on a good pattern in the end zone to make the score 12-6. What a catch by Dave Henderson. Field goal attempt now by Mark Vanoni. With that unsuccessful field goal attempt, the score stays 12-6, but Bradley's team is not finished. They're still out throwing to widen the lead. The first pass was complete Lee Hoff for a good gain. Then Jim Bradley double pumps, freezes the defender. Paul Tart is wide open. It's another touchdown for Paul Tart. The score now is 18-6. And after a change of possession, Jim Bradley's team is not finished. Bradley makes a fine run for another score. The final 24-6. Bradley's Bruisers win. Jim Bradley, the captain of Bradley's Bruisers. 1983 Buddy Bowl will now feature Bradley's Bruisers versus Air Bennett. And Billy Bennett is back to pass. It's tipped up in the air. Right to Mark Signius, number 1, and he gets the ball for a good gain. They still haven't caught him, but Lehoff will. Billy Bennett now will take the run following Al Hummel. Good blocking. Touchdown for Billy Bennett's team to make the score 6-0. Successful 2-point extra point will make the score 8-0 in favor of Air Bennett. Jim Bradley's team isn't through. Behind 6-0, they'll throw a long one again to Paul Tart. Beats the defense again as they cut into Billy Bennett's lead 8-6. Jim Bradley throwing long again. Paul Tart again is open. Fakes out defender Billy Bennett, and it's another touchdown for Paul Tart, who is having a great 83 Buddy Bowl. Al Hummel now getting the hike. Will lateral it to Billy Bennett. Billy Bennett's going to try and throw it, but a great defensive play by Bruce Peckham to block the pass. Jim Bradley somehow throws it to Henderson for a short gain. The rush is too much for Bradley's team as Roy Carls comes in to stuff Jim Bradley. Third down now, and Tart says, Bradley, I can get open again. Jim Bradley says, you better get open. And sure enough, he does for another touchdown. Past the defender near the goalpost. The score is now 20-8 in favor of Bradley's Bruisers. And that's how the game ended, 20-8 in favor of Jim Bradley's Bruisers. The extra point attempt is good by Bruce Peckham. As the team celebrates. Game 7 of the 1983 Buddy Bowl will feature the doormat, Andy DeMeyer's team, trying to find a solution on how to win after 2 embarrassing losses. Game 7, they'll face John Bennett's buddies. Strong team captained by Buddy Bowl veteran John Bennett. Andy DeMeyer looking for someone to throw to early on in the game. Will try and throw to Tisdale, who says, I'm open, but he doesn't catch it. John Bennett, always there at the right time, makes the interception and runs for the easy score. The extra point attempt, Mark Vanoni can't handle the interception. Andy DeMeyer in on the rush now for DeMeyer's team as he sacks John Bennett on 2 successive plays. But DeMeyer's defense can't hold on forever as Billy Travers beats Mark Vanoni badly on the pattern for another touchdown. 12-0 now in favor of John Bennett's team. Great catch by Billy Travers on this short John Bennett pass. And the drive is kept alive when John Bennett picks up his own fumble and goes for about 10 yards. time, though. DeMeyer's Destroyers can't find a way to win. Andy DeMeyer looking for the short pass. Throws it to Franklin. Franklin throws it back. And illegally, he'll throw a second time to Tisdale for good yardage. Bennett's team has the ball again, and Rick Leota makes a fine catch over the middle. Pito Karlberger gets the pass for a short gain near the goal line. Running to his right, John Bennett sees Billy Travers wide open in the end zone for the easy touchdown to make it 20-0. Interception by Steve Gustafson there as Andy DeMeyer looks for a block, but it's too little, too late. As DeMeyer's team gets shut out for the second time in the '83 Buddy Bowl, 20-0. Few seconds left. Gustafson back to pass, throws it to Mark Manoni, who unfortunately has his flags in his hand as he catches the ball. Gives the flags to Tito Leota as the game ends. "10 minutes left, but the game is called. And Miller announces that the league-leading teams will now face off in these last few games of the '83 Buddy Bowl. Hank Robinson's team versus Bradley's Bruisers is the first game. Option play by Jim Bradley, but it's fumbled. Peter Deering makes the recovery near the goal line. It doesn't take long for Hank Robinson's team to take advantage of the error as David Ryan, the center, will find himself open in the end zone for the first touchdown. 6-0 Hank Robinson's Hangovers. Jim Bradley's team will not die. Three straight completions will tie the score. The first was to Joe Gunberg. Then Bradley will roll to his right and look long for his favorite receiver, Paul Tart. And Tart makes a fine catch to bring them closer to the goal line. Great defensive play there by Tony Ballesteri. But it won't be enough as Bradley rolling to his left this time will see Paul Tart open for another touchdown. The score now is 6-6. Johnson now quarterbacking. Fine gain to Hank Robinson. Tackle there by Lee Hoff. Now the center, David Ryan, a bad pass to his quarterback. Johnson will somehow get the ball and throw it complete, but little yardage gained on this maneuver. See Ryan there to the right of the screen, disappointed in his height. Now we're going to have a field goal attempt. But the kick is wide to the left. No good. Still tied 6-6. Bradley again is going to look for Paul Tart. He's wide open. Catches the ball near to the goal line. But that drive again too stalls. And the field goal attempt is wide to the left. Near midfield, Johnson will look for David Ryan, and David Ryan catches it and gets him closer to the goal line. Great flag pull here by Lee Hoff. See that again in slow motion. On fourth down, Johnson aims the ball to Peter Deering, but Deering foolishly standing on the 1-yard line as he caught the ball. No touchdown. Ballesteri now back to pass. Throws it complete to Hank Robinson. Good move. Fakes out Gunberg and Dan Powell for extra yardage. The score is 6-6, but this is a game-winning drive. Johnson around left end for good yardage behind a good block by David Ryan. It's third down now, but lineman Dan Powell almost make a game-saving interception. Unfortunately, he couldn't hold on to it. Here again, we have it on repeat. Dan Powell couldn't hold on to it and then gets hit by Rich Wright. Now for the touchdown. Johnson, wait a minute. So much for our Buddy Bowl cameraman. Oh, here we go. This is it. This is the touchdown. Ballesteri will be open for a 1-yard gain and the score to widen the lead to 12-6. Time running out. Peter Deering will try and run out the clock, but it goes absolutely nowhere. Dan Powell finally pushes them to the Buddy Bowl turf. There's still enough time left for Bradley's Bruisers, and a fine play gets them nearer to the goal line. Lee Hoff laterals it for good yardage to Dave Henderson. And here we are with one of the biggest defensive plays of the day. For a minute, it seems like Bruce Peckham is open, but David Ryan comes out of nowhere to block the pass. Let's see that again on instant replay. Bruce Peckham is there, but Ryan, right there to the right of the screen, tips the ball with his right hand. Incomplete. Time has run out for Bradley's Bruisers in the 1983 Buddy Bowl. Hank Robinson's team will now meet John Bennett's team for the 1983 Buddy Bowl Championship. Coin flip for the 83 Buddy Bowl Championship. John Bennett's team will win the coin flip and get the ball first. Now, championship game action. John Bennett throws complete to Scotty Evans for a short game. Good blocking on end. Rich Wright. John Bennett gets good yardage around left end. Tackle there by Ballesteri. So they get near to the goal line. John Bennett runs left, then throws right. Receiver Billy Travers makes a fine catch in the corner of the end zone for the first touchdown in the 1983 Buddy Bowl Championship game. 6-0. Tito Leota with a successful extra point reception. The score is now 8-0, and now we're primed for one of the funniest Buddy Bowl plays in history. Rich Wright gets in the way of the pass to Tony Ballesteri. That's the way to use your head, Rich. Rich Wright makes up for it. Gets around Clark McLean, the blocker, and makes a fine sack on quarterback John Bennett. Hank Rollins' team showing little offensive firepower. in this championship game as Peter Deering drops the pass. But Deering comes back to make a fine catch on this touchdown reception to make the score 8-6 as Hank Robinson's team misses the vital extra point. With the score 8-6, it's halftime now. Fellow Buddy Bowl veteran Irvin Cobbs, who could not play today, is on the sideline. And it's cold out there as Craig Beaver and Jim Bradley have their jackets on. We see Roy Carl's also with his jacket on, along with Rich Wright, looking forward to a tough second half. Johnson has a good run here for good yardage. Look at that determination. He wants the '83 Buddy Bowl championship. Unfortunately, he didn't want it enough on this play as he throws it right to 24, Clark McLean, for an interception. John Bennett intercepted on this play by Dave Hart. Going to try a field goal behind by 2 points. But the kick is off to the right. No good, says referee Andy DeMeyer, along with referee Billy Bennett and B.J. Clark and a few other referees. John Bennett takes the ball and runs for good yardage as he's running out the clock in this 1983 Buddy Bowl championship. Failure to get the first down meant disaster for Hank's team. John Bennett runs away from Peter Deering as time runs out in the 1983 Buddy Bowl. The champions, John Bennett's Benny's Buddies. As the gun sounds, try and get an interview with John Bennett as he presents his trophies to the team. Ron Miller now presents John Bennett with the trophies and the handshake. The first trophy goes to the captain of 1983 Buddy Bowl champions, John Bennett. Billy Travers, fine receiver for Bennett's team. Scotty Evans, another fine lineman and defensive back. Tito Leota, a rookie in this year's Buddy Bowl. Rick Leota, not exactly a rookie, he didn't show up 2 years ago, but reinstated in the 1983 Buddy Bowl, along with Clark McLean. Finally, a human interest story. Peter Karlberger from Austria gets his first Buddy Bowl trophy.